Testing one, two, on time ministry, broadcast TTS 1000, as well as the love ministry. Testing one, two, testing one, two. All right. That off. This off. So, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast entitled Get Your Life in Order. I have a few points I want to talk to everybody today on YouTube. So the first one is entitled Reteach Yourself. So when you're reteaching yourself, you're basically reteaching some things that you kind of need a refreshing course of. Simple the fact that when you do the refreshing course and the reteaching mechanism, you start to really identify certain key points about these things. Simple the fact that when you reteach these situations and things, you start to go back to think about some of the things you have learned in the course of your life. And when you have learned it, sometimes you need to brush up on these techniques. It can be people skills, day to day living, life teaching skills, all these different mechanisms. Why? Because you feel that you need to do that to get your life in order. It may be reteaching yourself how to cook, or reteaching yourself how to love, or reteaching yourself how to interact with people, and learning how to reach out and just touch those who love you. Okay. Recapturing certain situations that you thought were kind of over with and come to reality was a whole miscommunication. Number two, finding and discovering yourself. So when you're teaching yourself, you're basically finding, discover another version of you. The simple fact that, hey, you have reteached this mechanism, but you also find and discover some things about yourself that you didn't know that was available to you until you really start dipping a little bit deeper. Number three, take risks. When you're taking risks and getting your life in order, there's some sacrifices and things that need to be made. Clearly, because you want to identify, you want to correct, you want to address, and you definitely want to put those on the full board. Okay. Moving on to my next point. Don't hold back anymore. If there's things in your life you have been holding back, let them go, release them, and let them out there. Simple fact that I want you to understand what you're coming from and what you're dealing with in your life. When you start really pushing forward to what you're trying to go to or get to, you start to have a better understanding about it. Clearly, because you don't want to be in that train of thought and that state of mind. Okay, number five, letting go. Oh, and let something new back in your life. So letting go was old. So when you're getting your life back in order, you're letting go of the things that are no longer available to you, and you're allowing new things to come back in your life. Why? Because you feel that these new things can be applicable, these new things can be teachable, these new things can be available to you. As I close this segment today, I want you to think about the 5 points that I'm sharing with you. I think that's it. Yes. The 5 points I shared with you: repeat yourself, getting your life back in order, find, discovering yourself, take risks, don't hold back anymore, letting go what's old, and letting something new back in your life. When you go through these different step molecules now, you ask yourself these questions about the first one. Reteach yourself. You're like, how can I go by reteaching myself? Start from scratch. Okay. By starting from scratch, you're starting to say, hey, I remember what I did back then. Let me see if that works this time, or kind of upgrade it just a little bit. And number two, for example, finding, discovering yourself, basically testing yourself out, found out what your new gifts are, found out what your new hobbies are, found out something new that you haven't experienced before. Taking risks is doing things you normally don't do. That means doing uncomfortable situations in uncomfortable times. Number four, don't hold back anymore. By you releasing yourself and completely going all through it, you're not holding back, you're not letting go. You're basically saying, I'm going to try it and see what it's going to look like. And number five, letting go what's old and let something new back in my life. So the old goes away and the new comes in. Does it still surface every now and then? Of course. It's called being tested to see where you go back to that same lifestyle, or will you just continue to move forward. Again, my name is Remarkable Queen of Inspiration, the founder of On Time Ministry, TTS 1000, and the Love Ministry. This is a YouTube sensation broadcast. The message entitled today is called Get Your Life in Order, which Remarkable is doing for herself. And I pray that everyone on the ministry does the same. Everyone have an amazing and blessed Monday, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.